Next, we're going to investigate the need of light for photosynthesis. For that, we'll carry out a simple experiment step by step. So for this experiment, first, we place the plant in a dark cupboard for 24 hours. This is to remove any starch that was already in the leaves. We call this destarching the plant. Then, we take the plant out and cover part of one of its leaves with aluminium foil. This stops light from reaching that part of the leaf. After that, we put the plant in direct sunlight for 24 hours. Now, during this time, only the parts of the leaf that are not covered will get light and be able to carry out photosynthesis. Once the 24 hours are over, we remove the leaf and perform the starch test, just like we did before. Finally, we look at the results. The part of the leaf that was exposed to sunlight turns blue-black with iodine, which shows that starch is present, meaning photosynthesis happened there. But the part that was covered with foil doesn't change color, showing that no starch was made because no light was available. So this proves that light is essential for photosynthesis to take place. So, to investigate the need for light in photosynthesis, we follow a specific set of procedures. First, we place the plant in a dark cupboard for 24 hours. This step is important because it removes any starch that might already be stored in the leaves. We want to make sure that any starch we detect later was produced during the experiment, not before. Next, we partially cover one of the leaves with aluminium foil. This blocks light from reaching that part of the leaf, while the rest remains exposed to sunlight. This way, we can compare the two areas, one with light and one without. Then, we place the plant in direct sunlight for another 24 hours. During this time, the exposed part of the leaf can carry out photosynthesis, while the covered part cannot. After the 24 hours are up, we remove the leaf and test it for starch, using the same method we used earlier, boiling it in water, then ethanol, and finally adding iodine solution. By observing which parts of the leaf turn blue-black, we can clearly see where starch was formed, and this shows us that photosynthesis only takes place in the parts of the leaf that receive light. Now, let's look at what we will observe after the starch test. The part of the leaf that was covered with aluminium foil stays orange-brown after adding iodine. This means no starch was produced there, because that area didn't receive any light. In contrast, the part of the leaf that was exposed to sunlight turns blue-black, which clearly shows that starch was made in that area, so photosynthesis did take place. And from these observations, here's what we conclude. The foil-covered area, which was kept in the dark, does not contain starch, proving that light is necessary for photosynthesis to occur. Meanwhile, the area that received sunlight does show starch, confirming that photosynthesis only happens where light is available. So overall, this experiment proves that light is essential for photosynthesis. Therefore, in conclusion, this experiment clearly shows that light is essential for photosynthesis and for the production of starch in plants. We can see that starch was only present in the part of the leaf that received sunlight, and not in the part that was covered. This proves that photosynthesis only takes place where light is available. As you can clearly see here that, one leaf has a dark blue-black area where starch was made, and the other shows an orange-brown area where no starch was produced. Altogether, the experiment, from the steps to the observations and final results, gives us strong evidence that light is necessary for photosynthesis to happen in plants.